Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since my last video. I really didn't have any time or inspiration to make a video again, but I have now a topic today about Breitling, which is why I brought my two Breitlings, which are the ones I have in my collection at the moment. And I want to talk about specifically this one, the Chronomat B01 in 42 with the blue dial and black subdials. Anybody who saw a previous video a few months ago saw that I had this watch on the black dial with the white subdials. And what I did is quite interesting. So I was thinking about selling it, but and then buying the blue one. But as anybody who knows Breitling, I would have lost quite a lot compared to the list price that I paid, or I didn't pay the list price, but the price that I paid to my AD, and then selling it and then buying a new one. It would have been, I think, almost $3,000 or euros, depending on your region. So I thought, okay, I really love this watch. I love this bracelet. The sportiness of the Chronomat is something I just really enjoy. I'll put it quickly on the wrist so you can see here these, call it the bullet bracelet. It's really nice and flexible. And it has a folding clasp, you can see here, with a small B there. So what I wanted to keep the watch. I'll quickly put it on my wrist so you can see how it looks. My wrist size is 18.5 centimeters. So you can see it here. Fits really well. It's a big watch, of course, but I really enjoy the watch, especially this blue dial. I mean, it's a really different blue than any other company makes. I've not seen this specific blue dial anywhere. I will quickly also compare it, as I do pretty much in any video, with another watch which has a similar dial or a similar look. You can see here just very quickly my Black Bay Chrono Blue. I've made a video about this on my channel, several videos comparing it with the Black Bay 58 Blue, but also comparing it with the Panda dial. So this is really one of my favorite watches since I got it, and you can see the blue is very different. Yeah, so it's a great watch, both of them. So back to this one. Why did I get it on the blue dial? Because I kind of got a little bit tired of the black dial with the white subdials, and that's because of this one. Because I got this one. This is an online exclusive of last year, so 2023. I put it on an Artem strap. Looks really, really cool this way, I think, with a folding clasp. And this is also a black dial with silver or white subdials. So the look was similar. Yes, it's a very different watch compared to this one, but you can see it in my previous video where I still had it on the black dial. It looked too similar. I wanted kind of to really have different looks in the collection, to not have watches which look too similar to each other, especially if they are the same brand. I do that sometimes, but sometimes, yeah, I try to change it up. So that was my plan. So I contacted my AD and said, hey, I really want this watch still, but I'm kind of tired of the black dial. Is it possible to change the dial to the blue dial? So they said, yes, of course, that's possible. It costs around 800 euros, a little bit more, because you have to make a, not a service, but a small service to the movement, because they're taking out the movement. Breitling is not the AD, but it's Breitling who is saying you have to have a small service. And the dial and the service and everything cost then about 830, 850 euro. So I was thinking, oh, okay, either I pay 2,500, 3,000 euro to exchange the watches and not have the hassle, or just do that. So I did that. Little did I know what Breitling is doing. It's a bit confusing and disappointing. This was not my ID who did it, because they were not allowed to do it. So they sent it to Breitling in Switzerland. What did Breitling do? Breitling changed the dial and sent the watch back within, went fairly quickly, I think 6 weeks, 7 weeks. They sent it back. What did they do? They forgot to change the date window. So I still had the white dial, so the white date from the old black and the white subdials. They have it like in white. So that looked really strange. I did make a picture, but I think I deleted it. So that was the first problem, which a Breitling service center employee forgets to exchange the correct date window. Was really extreme. But then what really was a lot worse is I started to look at the movement, and I saw that the movement had flying around a few screws, and one bit of I don't remember what exactly piece it was, but one piece was flying around, and there were 2 screws flying around. So you have to imagine that Breitling is making you pay 850 euros or $850. They change the dial, but don't fully change it. They forget to change date window. And then they make a service which they basically force upon you for, I think that service cost 280. So included in the 850 euro. And they don't screw everything down. Everything was working perfect with the watch. And the third issue is that this wasn't, you can hear the click. I hope you heard the click. This wasn't clicking anymore. It was not closing correctly anymore. So I played around with it. So what they did is I called my ID and said, listen, look at this, the dial is wrong, and there are screws flying around. So they said, okay, Breitling is picking it up. But they are picking it up directly at your place. So not you send it to us and we send it to them, but they are picking it up at your place. So this was also a bit of a screw up, complicated, needed to tell the time, when and how and everything, a bit strange. So they picked it up and sent it back without I'm sorry, or our fault, here is some chocolate, or here is what I was actually expecting, the service fee back, or anything. They just sent it back without comments. And then actually, so I informed you earlier, then the issue was with the bracelet. So that issue with the bracelet came on the second send around, basically. But now it works again. I don't know why. But yeah, so it was really a hassle. So I just would like to warn anybody who's thinking about changing their dial. So first of all, anybody who didn't know that you can do it with any regular models, you can change the dial. They're not really excited about it, of course, because they prefer you to buy a new watch and not buy a new dial. But yeah, you're able to do it. It costs a lot, but it's cheaper than selling the watch, because it loses an extreme value. So I think Breitling loses on an average somewhere between 30, 40 and 50% of the retail price. It's a really, really pity, because I really like the watches. The only watch I ever had from Breitling which didn't lose value is this one. This is because this is a limited edition which only was at boutiques or online, and most boutiques didn't even get it, as there were 164 made of this. And checking out Chrono 24 once in a while, I just try to see the value of my watches, and this one is the only one keeping more or less its value. It's not why I buy it, but it's just nice to know, and I really like it. So yeah, all in all, the experience with the Breitling Service Center made me rethink sending it to Breitling, or generally sending watches to a service center. I think it's always better to do it at the local AD, as they are the ones who have the client relationship. They are the ones who really are interested to keep their local clients happy, and the brand itself doesn't really care much. Yeah, I mean, it's for them, it's a number. this is watch number X for the day, needs to do something changed, and then send it back. Don't even do a quality control and checking is everything correct, are the screws correct. Just quick shop and back it goes. Yeah. So very disappointing. As there never came a sorry or sorry for the inconvenience or here's a little less or some money back or whatever it was, or change my I wanted also to change the bracelet to the caoutchouc, the rubber strap. Yeah, it doesn't cost them anything, that rubber strap. Yeah, they sell it for I think €250, but for them to make it, it doesn't cost that much. So that could have been something nice, where I could have been on the video now explaining, look what they did. They sent me this, or they sent some money back, whatever. But yeah, the watch itself, I still love it. I think it's a really cool watch. So I wear my watches on my right hand. Quickly show you again. And then I think we are finishing up. So you can see here, really cool blue dial. I think this, when I bought this watch with the black dial, I was really looking long at the white dial, the silver and the black subdials. And it took me, I think, 2 years to decide, do I take the black dial or the white dial? But I never even considered the blue dial. I don't know why, because I love blue dials, but I didn't consider it because I thought blue and black with the black subdials, it didn't look good. I never really considered it. And when I saw it live once, and I saw it in a video or on Instagram, that's when I was kind of already had the watch in the black. So yeah, good decision in the end for me. Expensive decision it was, but it was worthwhile for me in the end of the day, what I wanted to share today. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. If you have questions to the process or anything else, or if I missed something, happy to answer. In the comments, I enjoy when people are commenting in a positive way, and I will answer any question. I will normally delete hate messages or weird messages, so please be thoughtful when you comment. I'm very happy if you comment. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this and see you in my next video.